This is an athlete who genuinely earns the title of a legend. A player who possessed every skill imaginable and was often regarded as the most well-rounded footballer ever. Completely untouchable, able to glide effortlessly with the ball at his feet, and nearly impossible to guard against. Regardless of the occasion, he consistently demonstrated that he was exceptional. A player who would undoubtedly excel, regardless of regulations or time period. Ronaldo was destined to be an exceptional footballer. From a young age, as far back as he can remember, the streets of Rio de Janeiro shaped his entire upbringing. His love for football was so intense that his mother, Sonia, often reminisced about those times, saying she would constantly find him outside playing with friends when he ought to have been in school. At the age of 11, Ronaldo's parents underwent a divorce, prompting him to leave school entirely. As one might expect, this was a challenging experience for someone so young. Throughout it all, football became Ronaldo's refuge, his outlet and his source of solace in difficult times. His steadfast commitment and passion for football won him the respect of the sports icons. In return, the game rewarded his dedication with equal enthusiasm. At just 12 years old, Ronaldo became a member of a local futsal team called Social Ramos, where he impressively scored 166 goals in his first season, highlighted by an extraordinary match where he netted 11 out of his team's total 12 goals. Can you imagine how demoralized the rival players must have felt witnessing such brilliance? Honestly, I'd probably have considered giving up after watching him score 10 times. Ronaldo often reminisces that playing on the streets during his childhood was what truly sparked his profound love for football through futsal. It's where he mentioned acquiring the skills to manage the ball and navigate through the tightest spaces, while also developing an exceptionally gentle touch due to playing in narrow alleys with uneven surfaces throughout his formative years. This upbringing compelled him to refine his ball control. The young Ronaldo would ultimately catch the eye of Brazilian icon Jairzinho, who was the top scorer for his country during the 1970 World Cup, even alongside Pelé as a teammate, a testament to his remarkable talent. When Jairzinho observed young Ronaldo, he recognized a player with extraordinary promise, a boy who stood out from all the rest. Naturally, he understood that having the young Ronaldo on his squad was essential. Jairzinho quickly acknowledged the raw talent and skill possessed by the young prodigy and suggested that the 16-year-old should join his previous club, Cruzeiro. Nevertheless, Ronaldo had longed to play for Flamengo, the Brazilian team he had supported since childhood and where greats like Jairzinho once graced the field. Flamengo, however, chose not to wait or provide Ronaldo with an opportunity. Instead, Jairzinho advocated for Ronaldo to join Cruzeiro regardless and personally recommended him to the club until they ultimately signed him. This marked the beginning of Ronaldo's senior career. At the remarkably young age of just 16, Ronaldo made his professional debut with Cruzeiro. Reflecting back on my own teenage years at that time, I was busy playing Pokémon on my Nintendo DS. Can you imagine being so young and competing against fully grown athletes? It took only a few months for Ronaldo to capture national attention when he scored 5 goals in a single match, stunning even seasoned footballers from Brazil. Former Brazilian captain and football icon Cafu remembers the first time he witnessed Ronaldo play, noting that he still seemed like a kid. This was during a game where Ronaldo netted 5 goals. From this moment onward, it became clear that he was an extraordinary talent. At this stage, Flamengo came to understand the significant error they made by not providing Ronaldo with an opportunity. During his 2 seasons at Cruzeiro, he achieved a remarkable tally of 44 goals in just 47 matches, a striking scoring average of 0.94 goals per game at only 16 years old. This impressive performance helped his team, which was not regarded as a serious contender, secure the Brazilian Cup. When he turned 17, Ronaldo was invited to join the Brazilian national team for their campaign in the 1994 World Cup. Although Brazil emerged victorious in that tournament, Ronaldo did not play a single minute. However, his presence proved unnecessary due to the depth and talent of senior players on the squad who offered valuable mentorship while also exposing him to the atmosphere of success on a global scale. Following the conclusion of the World Cup in '94, Ronaldo relocated to the Netherlands to sign with PSV Eindhoven. His move was influenced by Romario, his former teammate and legendary forward, who had previously won both FIFA World Player of the Year honors and accolades for being top scorer, Golden Boot, and Best Player, Golden Ball, during that same World Cup year. In his inaugural season in Eredivisie football, Ronaldo maintained his extraordinary form by netting 35 goals across just 36 games, a staggering ratio of approximately 0.97 goals per match. After netting a hat-trick in the UEFA Cup against Bayer Leverkusen, German World Cup champion Rudi Völler remarked, "I have never witnessed an 18-year-old perform like this." Ronaldo exhibited exceptional dribbling ability, making it appear as if the ball was stuck to his feet. Some observers even suggested that he seemed quicker with the ball than when running without it. During his second season at PSV, he experienced his first career injury, leading to him playing nearly half as many matches as he did the previous year. Nonetheless, before his setback, he still managed to find the back of the net 19 times in just 21 games, a remarkable near goal per game average for someone only 19 years old. Before reaching 21, Ronaldo shattered the world transfer record with a fee of €19.5 million, an extraordinary sum back in 1996. When Barcelona chose to secure him at any cost, they got their money's worth and then some. In his inaugural season there, Ronaldo scored an astonishing 47 goals across 49 matches. This achievement earned him both the La Liga Top Scorer award and the European Golden Boot. Additionally, he played a crucial role in helping Barcelona triumph in the UEFA Cup by scoring in the final and also claimed victories with them in both the Spanish Super Cup and Copa del Rey, all while being just 20 years old. During his peak physical condition at Barcelona, Ronaldo exhibited astonishing speed and strength, possessing the ideal build for a forward capable of out-muscling defenders. Frequently, he would score goals by effortlessly maneuvering around goalkeepers as if they were mere children on the pitch. Quinton Fortune, an Atletico Madrid player, reflected on his childhood aspirations by stating, "As a kid, I wanted to be Pelé. I collected every book and video available and studied everything I could to emulate the best. That was my mission until I encountered Ronaldo." While some players excelled in technique or speed, and others displayed strength or intelligence, Ronaldo combined all these attributes seamlessly. Opposing players often attempted to keep pace with him. However, his swift agility paired with his size and power created an insurmountable challenge for defenders who found themselves easily brushed aside due to Ronaldo's remarkable dribbling skills. José Mourinho noted during his tenure at FC Barcelona that there was no doubt in his mind, "Ronaldo is the greatest player I've ever witnessed." He reiterated this sentiment again in a 2014 interview. In what became his singular season with Barcelona, Ronaldo made history as the youngest recipient of the FIFA World Player of the Year award. Despite this accolade, he finished as runner-up in Ballon d'Or voting, losing narrowly to Matthias Samar from Borussia Dortmund by just one vote. Yes, indeed, by a single vote. By the conclusion of his career, Ronaldo could have had 3 Ballon d'Ors if he had captured that particular one, which I firmly believe he merited. In the following season of 1997, Ronaldo once more shattered the world record for transfer fees for 2 consecutive years, a feat unmatched by any other player. This highlights his immense worth. Inter Milan decided to invest heavily in him, agreeing to a €27 million transfer fee. Although his goal tally was not as high during this transition into Serie A, then known as the most defensively tough league, he still posted impressive statistics. He managed to net 34 goals across 47 appearances, resulting in an outstanding average of .72 goals per game. Additionally, Ronaldo evolved into a more well-rounded forward by accumulating assists and successfully taking free kicks. His inaugural season with Inter Milan saw him justly awarded the FIFA World Player of the Year title again and finally claimed the Ballon d'Or at only 20 years old, making history as its youngest recipient. It's crucial to highlight that this should have been his second Ballon d'Or, as he certainly merited one in 1996 too. By 1998, Ronaldo was already widely regarded as the preeminent striker globally. At merely 22 years of age, he had taken on the role of captain for his Inter Milan team. Despite beginning to experience some injuries during this period that caused him to miss a few matches, he still managed to net 15 goals across 28 games and earned the Serie A Player of the Year accolade. He also shone brightly at the 1998 World Cup, where he scored 4 goals and provided 3 assists, earning him the Player of the Tournament title. Regrettably, Ronaldo and Brazil faced an infamous collapse in the final against France. Nevertheless, there was never any doubt about Ronaldo's remarkable talents. However, in 1999, what seemed like an unstoppable force began to struggle with a series of serious injuries. During a match against Lazio, Ronaldo limped off only to learn that he had ruptured a tendon in his knee which necessitated significant surgery. He would be absent for 6 months until he participated in the first leg of a Coppa Italia match. As fate would have it, it was far too soon for Inter Milan to let him take the field. Just 6 minutes into the game, he fell helplessly to the ground, revealing that he had suffered a complete rupture of his kneecap tendons. The incident had such a profound effect that even rival players like Diego Simeone rushed over to assist the young athlete. As mentioned earlier, Ronaldo was never someone who drew hatred from others. So even among opponents, there was an air of sadness surrounding his situation. He would spend the entire 2000 to 2001 season sidelined and miss approximately 80% of the following season in 2001 to 2002. Many speculated that after enduring multiple surgeries and irreversible damage to his knees, Ronaldo wouldn't return to his previous form, losing not only his touch and skill but also his sharp eye for scoring goals. Nevertheless, the world was taken by surprise during the 2002 World Cup as he proved them wrong and solidified his status as a phenomenon. Before this tournament began, Brazil's performance had been dismal. Many felt they were fortunate just to qualify. However, with Ronaldo on their side, everything changed dramatically. He steered Brazil toward victory at the 2002 World Cup by netting goals in every game except for their quarter-final match against England, ultimately finishing with 8 goals earned him the tournament's Golden Boot. His return drew global attention and resulted in him receiving both the 2002 FIFA World Player of the Year award and the 2002 Ballon d'Or, accolades that were met with unanimous approval. After joining Real Madrid post-World Cup, his jersey sales shattered all previous records on the very first day. In his final match of the season with Real Madrid, Ronaldo scored to secure them the La Liga title. He also netted goals in both the Intercontinental Cup and Spanish Super Cup finals. Notably, during a Champions League quarter-final against Manchester United, he achieved a hat-trick that led to a standing ovation from Old Trafford as he was substituted out in the 80th minute. In the semi-finals of the Champions League, he scored again to help Real Madrid achieve a 2-1 victory over Juventus in their first leg but unfortunately suffered an injury that sidelined him for their subsequent encounter. Real Madrid's hopes were significantly diminished without him, resulting in their elimination from further competition. He concluded his inaugural season at Madrid with an impressive tally of 30 goals and 8 assists across 44 matches, boasting a .68 goals per game average. The following season marked a noticeable change in Ronaldo's performance. He appeared to have put on quite a bit of weight in comparison to his peak physical condition before the knee injuries that sidelined him. Nevertheless, at that time, not many people focused on it since he continued to excel at what he did best, scoring stunning goals. Injuries hindered his ability to achieve further success. He ended up missing the Copa del Rey final, which resulted in a loss for the team, and they were also knocked out of the Champions League quarterfinals without him on the field. This season was notable for him as well for his unforgettable 15-second goal. Despite everything, Ronaldo still managed an impressive tally of 31 goals and 13 assists over 48 matches, translating to a .65 goals per game average, remarkable considering the multitude of stars within Madrid during their Galacticos era who each had their own methods of finding success in scoring. In the following seasons at Real Madrid, Ronaldo's performance would steadily decline, resulting in fewer goals as he visibly lost speed and added weight. During his last 2 years with the club, he appeared in just 40 matches, less than he had during his third season alone. Nevertheless, this drop in appearances didn't equate to a poor output for Madrid. He maintained an impressive goal-scoring average of over .50 per game until his final season when he made only 15 appearances. Unfortunately, fans at the Bernabeu began to realize that Ronaldo's time there was coming to an end. His later years with Real Madrid were marred by injuries, fitness challenges, and significant weight gain. While his talent remained evident, Cristiano's body struggled to keep pace with it. Ultimately, Ronaldo left Real Madrid in 2007 to return to Italy and join AC Milan. Despite apparent fitness issues, he still netted 7 goals across 14 appearances, a clear indication of his exceptional ability. It was during his tenure at AC Milan that the star forward received a diagnosis of hyperthyroidism on top of all the injuries endured throughout his career. For those unaware, this condition significantly reduces a person's metabolic rate, making it much easier to gain weight quickly and far more challenging to shed it. It was diagnosed in 2007, however, many speculate that Ronaldo may have been dealing with it since 2003, following his World Cup victory. During his second season at AC Milan, he played under 300 minutes, a heartbreaking situation for anyone who remembered him during his peak, culminating in a devastating knee injury during a match that necessitated immediate hospitalization. This setback meant he would be sidelined from football for several months once again. Eventually, Ronaldo returned to Brazil to conclude the final years of his career. By 2009, if you encountered him without prior knowledge of his history, you might mistakenly assume he had already retired due to significant weight gain. Nevertheless, throughout 3 seasons with Corinthians in Brazil, he contributed to their triumph in the Brazilian Cup in 2009. While undeniably a mere shadow of his former self, Ronaldo continued to be adored by fans without reservation. Each time he found the net in a match, it sent supporters into ecstatic jubilation at witnessing their idol score once again. Notably, during his inaugural season, he managed to net 8 goals across 9 appearances, prompting citizens to urge the Brazilian national team to give him another call-up, if only for nostalgia's sake. Such was the profound respect and affection that Brazilians held for him. They understood he might not dominate or score with the frequency as before, yet simply watching him handle the ball and find the back of the net would send cheers rippling through the crowd. Observing some of his final goals brought smiles all around. It was clear this moment meant so much not just to him but also to his devoted fans and fellow players. In 2011, Ronaldo declared his retirement from professional football, citing that hyperthyroidism had taken its toll along with a series of debilitating injuries acquired over his career which proved too taxing for him physically. Today, Ronaldo stands as one of football's legendary figures, revered by many as possibly the greatest ever. Personally speaking, I consider him to be one of history's most complete forwards in football. His scoring prowess, dribbling skills, and finishing capabilities, combined with his strength and speed during his peak years, truly set him apart. Although he faced significant injuries and unfortunate circumstances that hindered him from winning the Champions League, this doesn't diminish his impressive career in any way. For me, Ronaldo would undoubtedly be my top pick as the starting forward for my all-time 11, there's no question that he deserves a place there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications so you can catch the best football documentaries on YouTube. I appreciate all your support and look forward to seeing you in the next one.